Hi folks, last night we had a really fun session about bar chords and the B flat chord. This video is a review of the music that we played and the chord progressions that we used. The first thing that we did last night was look at that dreaded B flat chord, okay? And what was really important was working on the positioning so that you get the right amount of pressure on the fretboard in order to make sure that each note in the chord resonates. As you can see in the picture, what's really important is that we master the pinch technique followed by the indented first finger knuckle. If you do this right, you should be able to actually look down the fretboard of your ukulele and see a hole open up that you can see right through to the other side. If my first finger isn't pressed down enough, I'm not going to be able to see through that hole made by the arches of my second and third finger. If you can see through that hole, then you have the right amount of pressure and you have the right tilt to your left wrist. And if you're doing it correctly, you should be able to resonate all of the notes. What we did after that was a strengthener, where we played each note in the chord a repetitive number of times. If you can hear all of the notes resonating, that means you have the right balance and the right pressure. That's B flat. Afterwards, we started to work through some pieces using bar chords, all right? And there were two different positions that we used. Now, a bar chord warm-up is using something called the Moveable Nut System, where you take your first finger and you cover the fret while pinching the back of the neck with your thumb, and as you play each fret, you release the pressure immediately after you play. Play, release, play, release, play, release, play, release, play, release, play. This gives your left hand a little bit of a break so that you're not continuously holding pressure on that fretboard and causing pain. All right, what we want to do is make sure we get a little relief, and it's also kind of a neat way to staccato the notes or use what's called the pomp technique. So the first set of bar chords are what's referred to as the C shape. That means we're starting with our regular C chord and we're playing bar chords up the fretboard and changing keys one at a time, okay? And using that pinky finger on 2 frets down from our first finger, which is barring the entire fret. Now we're just going to pomp all the way up the fretboard using this technique. Excellent way to practice, okay? So this is the C shape. There are many bar chords that take this shape. And what we learned as we went through the lesson is you can interchange these bar chord shapes while you're playing songs to facilitate style and to facilitate ease of playing. The second shape was called the Moveable Nut System F shape. This time you are augmenting your F chord, playing the second finger first fret E string and the third finger second fret G string. Now, when you move the bar up, you're just sliding that chord position up 1 fret, and then you are barring the first fret. And now we're just moving up the fretboard again. Great. After that, we worked through some songs, okay? It was called Up Above My Head by James Hill, arranged by James Hill. And what we did was we practiced playing around with interchanging some of these bar chord shapes. You can see that this time we're playing it in F sharp, all right? And what we're going to do is interchange the C sharp in the C shape instead of in the F sharp shape. But what I want to do with this is give you a review of how that song sounds. So it sounds like this. Up above my head, there's music in the air. Up above my head. Now C shape. There's music in the air. Up above my head. There's music in the air. I really do believe it's a heading somewhere. Now notice, when I got to that B chord, I played the standard B major. You can also bar all the way across. But if you want to stay in the F shape, you slide up to the 6th fret and play it there. There are many different voicings for all the chords, and the trick is to just learn them, memorize them, and figure out where they go in the song. After that, we moved up to playing Up Above My Head in G, using that F shape with the C shape interchanged. Up above my head, there's music in the air. Up above my head, there's music in the air. Up above my head, there's music in the air. I really do believe it's a heading somewhere. Now again, I use that super easy C cheat by playing the regular C chord when we got to that C chord. But you can also stay in the F shape and play it on the 7th fret. Up above my head, there's music in the air. I really do believe it's a heading somewhere. So, this video is to just review how those songs sound so that you can try working with the bar chords on your own as you practice. If you have any questions about the session, feel free to get in touch with me. I'm always around, and our next one will be on June 3rd. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend.